with Vera Dark, apparently Fable got delayed again. I did hear rumor it was for like another year, so not till next year. What in the world happened? Could it possibly be Avowed's fault? Let's find out. Like, subscribe, go,
Is
e-girl.
clearly struggling right now. Avowed just released to less than 20k players on Steam, and a lot of gamers were not happy with the content we got because it felt like a modern audience Skyrim. We know Game Pass prices have skyrocketed, which has led to more people deciding, I'm not actually going to use this service. And now we're finding out that their big Xbox exclusive Fable 4 has officially been delayed until 2026 after major backlash. But before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider
there wasn't anything on there on the play,
Patreon
and they tried to
or
raise
YouTube
the price on me. And I'm not about to pay more money so other people can play Black Ops. I'm never playing that game. I shouldn't have to deal with that. I do have a free month of Game Pass that came with this computer, and I plan on cashing that in. Well, I was going to cash it in when Fable came out and play Fable, Indiana Jones, Expedition 33, Avowed possibly, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and a South of Midnight, and trying to like knock as many of those out in a month as I could. But I did have a backup. I have a gift card from Christmas. So I had a backup in case we went into 2 months. But it looks like Fable's not coming out till next year, so we got to figure out what to do about that now.
Now, it's no surprise to see lots of games getting pushed back right now. We're seeing lots of development cycles not going the way that companies expect. And when you're putting hundreds of millions of dollars on the line for one project, yeah, companies feel like, oh, we're just going to delay it a bunch of times so that we can get it right.
It worked for
then,
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
The general direction they've taken the content in isn't what people want. So no matter how much time and effort you put into it, it's still not going to be a game a lot of people want to play, and we've seen a lot of layoffs and a lot of studio closures, just a very bad time right now within the industry, but Xbox is really being hit the
for the AAA industry, not for indie devs.
Hardest out of the major companies because people have just been pointing and laughing at them. They haven't really had a lot of exclusives going on. They are shifting their focus away from kind of exclusives, and a lot of people have felt slighted over that. And we know that their upcoming game, Fable 4, has now been delayed until 2026. And I had predicted a couple of weeks ago that this was going to happen because we had an Xbox showcase and it was not there, and it should have been if it was actually going to launch in 2025. But I personally think that they were waiting for Avowed's release to officially delay, because they wanted to see how that game went. I have a feeling that Fable 4 is going to be a title for the modern audiences, judging by some of the content that we've seen so far, and every teaser and trailer they've released has either been ratioed or been close to a negative ratio, and now they're suddenly announcing this. It's just not a good look.
Yeah, it's
so
kind of
Xbox
hard
Game
to believe they're
Studios
actually going to make
Craig
Fable
Duncan
good.
has announced the news on the latest official Xbox podcast.
I want them to.
I just
I love Fable. Fable 2 is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I don't really have a lot of faith in in these people anymore. It's kind of rough, honestly. But I got my fingers crossed.
I just want to start with really excited about progress, really excited about where Playground are. We previously announced the date for Fable as 2025. We are actually going to give Fable more time, and it's going to ship in 2026 now.
Hopefully
While I know
they
that's
use
maybe
that
not
time
the news
wisely.
people want to hear, what I want to assure people is that it's definitely worth the wait. And accompanying the news of the delay, Microsoft did share some new pre-alpha gameplay, which is viewable via the following timestamped YouTube video, it says. And so far,
I'm just gonna look at this lineup. Push back a year. Failing. This is going to be niche. Could be good. I'm hoping it's good. I really want to play this.
Stamped YouTube video, it says, and so far, again, it's not going super well for them. Yes, it does have more likes than dislikes, but those dislikes are very quickly catching up. It's 3.8k likes to 1.4k dislikes, and many of the comments are being very critical. Now, I do think that they have made visually some progress, right? I don't think that this looks terrible visually.
It doesn't.
I think that the environments look pretty good. I do think that, some of the creature designs also look really cool. But I just think that while a game can look pretty, that doesn't mean it's going to be written well, or it's going to have an appealing story or amazing gameplay. And yes, the gameplay right now does definitely look very pre-alpha. I mean, look at the way her feet are sliding across the ground when she's blocking, and the really, in my opinion, bad dodge. I feel like this game still needs 3 years to cook. which
Yeah,
is
I wouldn't even
insane
have
because it's
noticed
already
that
been
the
in
feet were
development
sliding, and it
for
wouldn't
several
matter to me
years
because
at this
like
point. Now, there is some
it happens all the
speculation about a
time, even in
potential
anime.
lead character redesign. There's some people who think that she looks very, very different, that, oh my god, she looks better, she looks more feminine. I personally don't see that much of a difference. I think that, sure, maybe she does look slightly updated, but I feel like it's primarily lighting. You know, the darker the room is, the better the companion looks type of
Honestly, I think this looks better
situation.
than the first
So
one.
we'll have to see in some more gameplay, but to me, it doesn't really look
Also,
all
this is
that
not a
different.
very
It just looks
flattering
like more of the
screenshot.
same that we've already gotten a look at. And when people had seen the other teasers and trailers, they were not impressed, that's for sure. This is a trailer that was uploaded 8 months ago on the GameSpot YouTube channel. It's got 1 million views, 17,000 likes to 31,000 dislikes. We have the Xbox Game Showcase trailer from a year ago.
See, the outfit looks good. This is good design. Also, graphically, it looks nice. No big deal there.
1.1 million views, 29k likes to 23k dislikes. But I think that this is odd because I had previously made a video highlighting this trailer, highlighting this specific upload from the Xbox account, and it had 29k likes to 32,000 dislikes. So the likes are the same, but the dislikes are different. There's thousands of dislikes missing. I'm not sure if it just happens to be the extension messed up then. Maybe the extension
Yeah,
is
it's like
messing up
9,000,
now.
right?
I'm not entirely certain, but that is really, really suspicious in my opinion. But going back to the latest trailer with this pre-alpha gameplay, a lot of people are being very critical, and rightfully so, because when you have companies who constantly love to not deliver on what they promise, or they think they know what
Xbox.
gamers want and it's really not what we want,
PlayStation.
yeah, all we can really do is speak up for ourselves, and maybe one day companies will start listening. But a lot of people are pointing and laughing. That dodge animation clearly does look like alpha footage, and I really hope that even a year is going to be enough time for them to work on this
That space legit thought this got canceled. That's understandable. I haven't heard a lot about this either, and I'm actually interested in playing it and keeping up with it.
game to the point where it actually releases and the combat looks more polished. Again, the environments look really good, but just because something is pretty doesn't mean it's a good product. Legit thought this got canceled. Please have
Also
character
applies
creation.
to
I
men
think
and
it's
women.
pretty obvious at this point that they're not going
Just
to
a
have
heads up.
character creation, but I would still like them to because I really don't want to play as this lead character. Will I be able to create my character by chance? Pre-alpha still? Fable looks what I assumed a new Dragon Age would look like, and Dragon Age looks what I assumed a new Fable would look like. Yeah, I do think that this is a pretty fair comparison. Bloody hell, they doing a texture a month? 2026 is optimistic at this rate. Character, creator, please. Bruh, 5 years and they still released pre-alpha trailer. 2026 is a really wild statement. Yeah, I don't even think that it's going to release in 2026. I think it's going to need even more time, but it seems that this Fable game is in development hell, just judging by some of the other information we've gotten over the past couple of years. Again, I have covered this game pretty closely, but this was from July 25th, 2023. Xbox has lost yet another major dev who was working on Fable. This individual had said after almost 2 years at We Are Playground / Xbox on Fable, I'm delighted to share that I've joined the ranks of Rocksteady Games and Warner
Lord.
Brothers as a producer on Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. So
Don't be proud of
game was
that.
such a major failure. Okay, there was no saving KTJ.
Are they part of
And if
why it
this
was a major
person
failure?
was on Fable for at
Yikes.
this point, it would have been 2 years. I'm definitely worried, that's for sure. And this was a major developer. They were lead production for Fable's combat, enemies, traversal, and more, feature teams, production owner for gameplay and technical design teams, technical production owner for several tech teams, facilitating agile scrum methodologies for all previously mentioned teams, including sprint planning, sprint
blah, 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 blah,
retrospectives,
blah,
daily
gibberish. I'm not
stand-ups.
reading this,
So
and I'm
they
not
were
listening to
somebody
this.
who was integral to the project when they were
That's
a
what I
part of
wanted
it.
to hear.
And we also know on top of
Integral
that, the
to
narrative
Suicide
lead had
Squad.
actually left Playground Games in July of 2023. So it seems that quite a few people ended up ditching the project right around then. And none of this really looks good. Now, I, of course, am always cautiously optimistic when it comes to games I am even excited for. I have to say, though, I don't really have a lot of hype for Fable 4 at this point, and I just don't have
think
a lot of hype for
people
a lot
do.
of new modern AAA
I almost
games
feel alone in
because
that.
we've been let down so many times. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love for this to come out, and I would love for it to be fantastic, but I'm definitely
God, me too,
cautiously
man.
optimistic at this point, and
I'm
that's being
desperate for a new
generous.
Fable
We've
game.
seen multiple team members leave. Again, narrative leads and combat directors. We've seen
Hopefully those people were problems and they're leaving because the game doesn't want to be bad and not they make sense, but they're being driven out by the crazy people.
delays. we're not really seeing any positive progression when it comes to the combat. And while people are debating on if this is a new character model or not, I think it really looks more of the same. And she still looks like the masculinized lead we had initially seen almost 2 years ago, and I feel like they
Yeah, but
just
this is from
changed the
last year,
lighting
though.
to try to soften her features up a little bit. So we don't have a lot of information still, but right now things are not looking particularly good. Now we're also finding out that this game has officially been delayed until 2026, and I have a feeling this game is just in development hell and Xbox is panicking. But that's all that I really had to discuss.
Guess I'm moving that off the 2025 list. All right, give her a like and subscribe if you like the video. Give me a like and subscribe if you like my video. That reminds me, I need to make an outro video, so I don't have to keep saying this. Anyway, leave a comment down below which Fable is yours. If you never played Fable, let me know why. I'm very interested to hear what drew you away from Fable. Maybe it was another game. Maybe it just wasn't your cup of tea. Maybe you don't like big chunks of crap in your tea, and that's why you're not going to play the next one. All right, stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourself, and take care of somebody else. Love you. Bye. Mwah.